Okay, let's get right to it. Let me unbuckle my jacket, so this is going to be one of those days. This is Wednesday, hump day. Let's jump right into the fray. The Republicans. I tell you, it's amazing. Some of the stuff that's going on, but I'm loving that Romney picked Ryan for his running mate. Because the more and more we find out about this guy, his voting record, I mean, he's voted with President Bush 99% of the time. He's with the Do Nothing Congress. He's one of the guys who says, you know, we're not going to work with Obama. You know, shoot, I mean, if you could watch the earlier things where Obama was giving a speech and he was in the front row when he came out with his little budget plan. And Obama just made him look like an idiot. And he's sitting in the audience, you know, smiling first before Obama even said anything, like he, you know, like he's something special. And Obama let him have it, put him in his place. You know, this guy's a fool. He's an idiot. You know, he's a pro-lifer. You know, and he's a liar. You know, the same guy who said the stimulus doesn't work, it's not going to work. But behind closed doors, he's in his office asking for stimulus money for his state. Who does that? I don't get it. The same guy who's been trying to get rid of and privatize Medicare and Social Security. This guy is toxic. This is the guy you got as VP. God forbid anything happens to Mitt Romney, because even though I don't like him, I don't wish death on anybody. But this guy, anything happens to Romney, this guy takes over. Is this the guy that we want to be running this nation with his radical ideology, communist tyrant thinking? Because that's what it is. Because you know, they're talking about no spending, but you're asking for stimulus money behind closed doors. You're asking for it. You're saying it's working. Evidently it worked because you asked for it. It worked for the people that you wanted it for. Yeah, your people. And you probably got some of that money. But out in public, you're saying, oh, the stimulus didn't work and this and that. You know, who does that? I'm going to tell you who does that. Liars, cheats. That's who do that. People who do not need to be in office. And this is my thing. Obama should already have won. This thing should be over with. It shouldn't even go on any further, because there should be a barometer of lies, and you should be disqualified for telling lies. It's just like Romney crying about, oh, Obama's not telling the truth about my record, this and that. Yes, he is. You mad because he is telling the truth. But yet you want to lie about him, talking about the work for welfare, that he's trying to ruin that secretly, and you're stamping your name to it. He didn't stamp his name, like he said yesterday. He didn't produce the video. He didn't authorize the video. And he doesn't believe at all that you killed that woman. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm not saying you killed her. I'm not saying that she had cancer. I'm saying, though, that your company took over that company, and that company went under. But your company still got paid. She lost her Medicaid, her health insurance, and in tune, she died. So, if you don't have good health insurance, how are you going to afford to get healthy again? How are you going to sustain your life if you're sick and you don't have any health care at all? You don't have a job. The plant is closed. Since you're such a good job creator, why did the plant close? Because you're full of crap. That's what I do. You full of crap. You know, you and your little running buddy, you know, you're full of crap, and your party. Bunch of crappy fools. You know, it's like I mean, look who's spending all the money, and look who is giving up all the money. And I hope they keep giving up the money until they broke. You know, the Koch brothers, Sheldon Adelson, and Karl Rove and his group. Come on, are these trustworthy people? And these guys are still going to get rich. And I'm trying to figure out, what is it that Romney's offering them and his administration? Let's see. Tax cuts. Yep, tax cuts. And getting rid of the regulations that Dodd and Frank help us consumers from not getting ripped off from these big business owners and Wall Street and these banks and these investors who are ripping people off left and right every single day while they get rich. But see, he wants to strip all that because he was a part of that. You know, his money that's overseas, that could be money over here in these banks helping out businesses and helping out our economy. But instead, it's overseas in other banks helping them out, not helping us out. So you call him being a real American, but you got a lot of people who running their mouths, a lot of my friends, like I said, like I'm going to say it before, Obama couldn't get away with doing or having that much money and running for president like this guy, Mitt Romney. You know, and he is the worst kind, you know, smug, thinks he's this and thinks he's that, setting up in, you know, oh boy, I'm money bags, I can do whatever. But like I said, he's getting his money from all these guys. I mean, he's big business. He pals around with these guys. And if he doesn't, the guys that he pals around with pal around with other guys that are in big business in Wall Street. You know, because like, hey, he just got $7 million from the big oil companies who do a party. You know, now Obama's not getting the money like he got last year. You know, because you got a bunch of idiots that voted for him last year that ain't gonna vote for him this year that are mad. What are you mad about? Being mad should make you even want to donate more to see that he has another 4 years to finish what he started. Because Congress, I've never seen a president be in office and Congress block and stop everything that he's tried to do. Now you can go back to Bush, you can go back to Clinton, go back to Reagan, you can go back to the other Bush, you can go back to Ford, go back to all these guys. Did they have the obstruction of the other party that Obama has? But people want to look past that and act like that don't matter. It does matter. And what is it? Why? This is my thing. Why? And the only thing that I can come up with is it has to be race, because there is no way that you're going to let this country go under because of one president. I mean, God, you guys hated Clinton, but you still help Clinton to get things done. And that's just these young guys who think they are thinkers and think they know everything, and they have no clue. They have no clue how the process works. It's like letting Grover Norquist come in and make all you Republicans sign a pledge that you're not going to raise taxes on the rich. Come on. I mean, that right there tells you who's for the people and who's for just the rich, and who is in the majority of being rich. What part of this country is rich? Do I have to say it? Do I have to spell it out? We all know. White man owns more than anybody out here. And he thinks he knows what's right. He's the same. I mean, these guys are stealers. They're thieves, cheaters, liars. I mean, hey, who owned this land before the white man did? Who did they steal this land from? The Indians. So if they do that, they wouldn't do anything else. I mean, and then look who you got as surrogates, and look who you got who are doing things and getting the money for your campaign. Karl Rove, come on, lying, cheating. He's one of the main reasons. Him and Sununu, come on. And then you got Adelson. These are old head, old school, the old boy network. They don't like blacks. They don't care if you work for them because you're helping them make money. But truthfully, they don't care nothing about you. You know, to them it's about making money. It's about being white. It's about being the superior race. Always have been, and that you've always you deserve to be in power. Period. You deserve to dictate what goes on in this world. Period. That's how you guys think. This is the truth. See, but they won't say this on none of those news stations, but I'm gonna say it. That's the way it is. I mean, we, the people, have to change that. I got some good white guys, good black guys, good Asian guys, good Muslim guys, good Pakistani and Iranian. I can go on that are behind me that believe exactly what I'm saying. There's a lot of people out here that believe what I'm saying and actually know the truth, instead of making up things just because they want to be in control and they want to dictate things, and they want to continue the assault on the middle class and continue to make a profit off of everybody else's misery. And these guys, look at the economy now that we're in, and these guys are still getting paid. And these are the same guys who ain't hiring. Same guys are sitting on racks and racks of money. But because they're afraid of the black guy who's in office, they're not going to hire. They're not going to spend. Not going to do nothing. And we've got to be very careful about this election. Now we've got something going on that they don't. Yeah, we're spending some money. And they already said, they already planned out. This guy won. We're going to spend that little meeting that they had across town when Obama was getting inaugurated. They already said we're going to outspend this guy next year. Yeah, because who was it? Karl Rove. We're going to outspend this guy next year, no matter what. And Allison, you can't outspend billionaires. First of all, he didn't have billion. He might have had a few billionaires last year and a few millionaires. So what? He had nowhere compared to the guy who pals around with these guys. This guy has an abundance of people that giving him money, who can outspend, and they're determined. They're determined, and they're going to outspend Obama. But Obama has already got plans on the ground. They don't have it, and this far out, they can't mobilize nothing this far out. So we're going to win. But see, the key thing that we have to watch out for, and the key thing that they have been saying that I don't know if you guys have been listening to, that the voter turnout and the voter registration for the Republicans is up, but the voter turnout and the voter registration for the Democrats is down. Now look at what's going on in all these states where they're trying to block Obama's voting block, which is blacks, Latinos, elderly, and the women. So we really have to pay attention to what they're doing, and not let them defeat what we're trying to do. They're trying to block that vote. So we know if he wins, we'll know why he won. It ain't because people didn't come out to vote, or because Obama isn't a good president. It's because they cheated, and that's what they're doing. And right now they're getting desperate. They're getting real desperate because they picked the wrong running mate. They picked the wrong guy, period, to run. And that's the problem. That's been their problem for some time now. They haven't got any more Reagans out there. They don't have any more Reagans. So they're going to do what they had to do. They didn't really want Romney. He's a Mormon. They don't like Mormons. Mormons don't like black people. Look how long it took them to accept black people. Come on. It's like I said, how many black friends does Mitt have? Yeah, okay. Well, I got my little chalkboard too. They had theirs, I got mine. Yeah, Mitt has his. I have my chalkboard. Now, let's see. Let's start with Mitt's plan first. His plan is to continue the plan of Congress, which is do nothing and blame it on Obama. Also get rid of Medicare, women's rights, Social Security, Planned Parenthood, and the middle class, while giving millions in tax cuts to the wealthy. Now let's talk about Obama's plan. Obama's plan is to strengthen the middle class, save Medicare and Social Security, strengthen women's rights, invest in our kids' future, protect us from terrorists, create jobs, take away the tax cuts for the wealthy, and these useless wars, get rid of them, and make sure that America becomes number one like it was. Now, Republicans let our credit rating go down. They didn't care about that. Who does that? Just because you're scared of the big bad boogeyman that's in the office? Something else that I heard today, very interesting to me. Well, it wasn't. Well, it's very interesting, but it wasn't surprising. That Secret Service arrested a guy. Now I don't know what color he is, so I'm not gonna throw that out there yet. But they arrested him for threatening Obama, sending threatening emails. Who does that? Let's talk about Hank Aaron Jr. He's running his mouth again, calling Obama obscene names, and saying that they're the problem. And Fox is the same station that lets that gives these people a voice. How? I mean, this guy's just fuming racism. Fuming. I mean, you know, who but Fox gives all these racist people platforms to spew their hate? But when somebody like me talks about it, then all of a sudden I'm using the race card. I have one of my friends tell me, "Oh, I don't see it." What the heck? Are you blind or are you racist? That's my view. It's just that simple. Because if you don't quickly denounce what Newt said, calling him a welfare, he know what he was doing. And I don't want to hear, no, that's politics. It's racism. Period. Point blank, just like rape is rape. Period. I don't want to hear it. There's no room for that in the discussion. Period. Just that simple. Now, you guys want to dismiss it because you're racist too. I mean, that's how I feel. So I'm going to continue to feel. I said I grew up with a lot of white folk, and I knew who was and who wasn't racism, and I'm glad that Obama became president because what he's done, he's actually shined a light on what's wrong and with this world and why this racism thing needs to be taken seriously. If you remember back in the day, Phil Donahue had a show that was devoted to racism. This is a white man now. And I know all white people ain't racist. Anybody would know that. That's not hard to know. But hey, you know, it is what it is. So it's been brought to the forefront. So what we need to do is learn now that we need to stop it. Because as long as we keep playing around and bullcrapping with it, it's going to continue to happen. It's just that simple, you know. And hey, it needs to be dealt with. I know we're not going to completely get rid of it, but it still needs to be dealt with. I mean, that's it. That's the bottom line. It needs to be dealt with. You know, I mean, and if you look at these athletes, you know, Obama's gonna he's going to do this event where Michael Jordan and Carmelo are going to be there, and they're going to get to his campaign. I would like to know if LeBron James, D Wade, Bosh, Kevin Durant, Westbrook, if any of these guys are going to give any money to the campaign. I think they should. You know, it's no secret. Some of my fans on my Facebook page, some of my friends know that I'm not a Heat fan. But I can distinguish between sports and who I like as my team and who their team is, and then distinct and set that aside. Just like with the Olympics, I was rooting for the guys for the Olympics. I can put all that aside because you know, hey, just because I don't like him because he's not my team don't mean that I don't personally like him, because I don't know him personally not to like him. You know, I just want all of us to stick together. That's what we need to do. Yeah, we can disagree. You know, nobody fully agrees on everything. That's not how life works. You know, it's like I was talking about with Obama. You know, these guys, yeah, you can disagree, but still, if you go back in time and you look, a lot of these presidents got things done. I mean, shoot, these Republicans didn't even like Clinton, but he still got things done because they still came They disagreed, but then they came together and they got things done. These guys don't want to get things done at all. They don't care. It's like they said, they came into it. They had a little meeting across town. He was getting inaugurated, and they said off the bat, they're not going to let this guy accomplish anything. But you got people on the right, you got my friends or white friends say, oh yeah, well, that don't even matter. How does that not matter? How is that not a factor? When you got a Congress and you got the House Speaker who said his job is not to create jobs, the thing that he ran on, his job is to make sure that Obama's a one-term president. And you got other senators like Pat Bachman, all of them saying the same thing. You know, instead of doing their job, they're worrying about Obama not being a president. Their main job is to make him look bad. So how are you going to do your job? And how are we as a nation going to move forward when you were making him look bad? Makes this nation bad. That don't make this nation good. That don't help this nation uplift itself from what it's in. But you got these idiots on Facebook talking stupid stuff, you know, and I'm trying to figure this crap out. You know, if you got somebody saying, look, I'm going to make sure this guy, the one term. What does that tell you? That means that you're going to make this guy look bad at each turn. You're going to say everything that he proposes, no. So how is that going to help us move forward and get better and come out of what we're in? Come on. Congress is the one that needs to go. The Republicans are the one that need to go. And I'll tell you this. No Republican should ever be allowed to be president ever again. Period. Ever again. I let them keep their party, let them talk, whatever, but they should have no say-so on policies. They should never be allowed to run for president ever again, because they are the worst bunch I've ever saw in my whole freaking life. They are the reason why we're in this predicament, period. Point blank. Now, let me get back to this, because something else startled me. Pat Riley gave to Mitt Romney. A lot of the sports owners gave to Mitt Romney. Doesn't that kind of reinforce the stereotype that, okay, black guys, you can't be quarterback, you can't be the coach of the team, you can't be in the front office, you can't own a team, because that's just not for you. You're not smart enough. And basically, that's what they're saying about Obama. Basically, when you really boil down to it, oh, he's not smart enough. Okay, I guess he just, you know, they just let him go through Harvard and Columbia and just passed him. He didn't earn any of that stuff. You know, that's, you know. Well, I'm done for the day. Look for my show Friday. Hope you guys have a good Wednesday on this hump day. And peace.